Chelsea Gray out there looking slow and stiff, dribbling like something just isn't clicking. Seriously. You're locked into black and white sports here on YouTube. Unfiltered, straight-up truth in sports. Let's get into it. Alright, black and white sports supporters, listen, when I tell you the WNBA is driven by narratives, I mean a lot of these decisions don't feel rooted in real basketball logic. It's not analytics, it's not performance, it's emotion. It's about who they like, who fits a certain image, who checks certain boxes. Let's be real for a second, let's keep it 100 like people say. I'm talking about front offices, decision makers, leadership across the league. Because when you see stuff like this, you just sit there confused. You're thinking, was basketball even part of this decision? And if you clicked this video, you probably already know what I'm referring to, the WNBA GM survey. And somehow, Caitlin Clark was basically an afterthought. Let's think about that for a second. If the rest of the league views her like this, what does that say about how the Indiana Fever are handling things? Even looking at coaching preferences, you start noticing patterns. You start connecting dots, whether people want to admit it or not. Certain players come in, certain narratives follow them, and suddenly everything lines up in a way that raises eyebrows. And this is exactly why a lot of fans don't take this league seriously. Moments like this. Now let's talk about Chelsea Gray, because this one really stands out. I've watched her play plenty of times, and the level of hype she gets across the league is confusing to me. I honestly don't see what others are seeing. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark consistently outperforms her. So here's what happened. General managers were asked who they'd build a franchise around. And Paige Bueckers came out on top. According to the survey, GMs would choose her over everyone else right now. Which is interesting, because just last season, that same recognition went to Caitlin Clark after her Rookie of the Year run. This time, A'ja Wilson and Clark both came in second with 20%. Wilson is 29, while Bueckers and Clark are both 24. So you're telling me GMs would rather start a franchise with Bueckers over Clark? That's surprising, to say the least. Now let's move to best point guard rankings. This is where it really gets wild. Chelsea Gray got 73% of the vote. Caitlin Clark had 20%, and Bueckers just 7%. At shooting guard, Jackie Young was first, Bueckers second, Gray third, Sabrina Ionescu fourth. If I'm Sabrina, I'm looking at this and getting motivated real quick. And you already know Caitlin Clark is going to take this personally. She might not say it publicly, but performances will do the talking. Now let's look at the numbers. Clark last season, 16.5 points, 8.8 assists, 5 rebounds. Chelsea Gray, 11 points, 5.4 assists, 3.9 rebounds. There's not a single major stat where Clark doesn't have the edge. So what exactly are we evaluating here? That's the big question. Because this doesn't feel like it's purely about basketball. Now, A'ja Wilson also got major recognition. 60% of GMs picked her as 2026 MVP. She was also voted Best Forward and Best Center. Breanna Stewart and Jonquel Jones were right there but didn't get the top nod. Clearly, there's a lot of love for the Las Vegas Aces. As for coaching, Cheryl Reeve got 53%, Becky Hammon followed with 40%. So yeah, interesting patterns across the board. At the end of the day, you can draw your own conclusions. But to me, something doesn't add up. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check if you're still subscribed. YouTube's been acting up lately. Appreciate you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.